This video is going to be about why I personally believe that black women are conventionally the most attractive race of women, but not only my personal opinion, but actually something that is backed by statistics. So technically it's not just an opinion, but it is to an extent objective. But before we get to sort of like the meat of the video, it's important to understand that beauty or the scale of attractiveness is subjective. So basically what you might consider as being attractive in certain cultures, people might conventionally consider as being essentially unattractive. As a black guy, what I noticed being in a European society or in a European context or in a white context, so obviously this also includes America because most of the white people in America are of European descent, is that they set up a beauty standards which is largely the result of colonialism. And at the bottom of that social ladder when it comes to attractiveness is black women. And as a black guy who is attracted to primarily black women, to see that hierarchy or hierarchical system of beauty based on race, which intentionally places black women at the bottom, is kind of heartbreaking, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of men are missing out on opportunities of actually finding out a high quality woman, a black woman obviously, because of like these hierarchies that we put in place based on race, which then leads to implicit biases of black women being unattractive. Well, I'm here to break the news for you, ladies and gents. Black women are the most attractive, conventionally attractive race of women out there. And there's many factors to why this is the case, but one of the factors primarily being aesthetics. So as men, when we're looking at women, one of the most important criteria that we use in determining a woman's level of attractiveness is how she looks physiologically or physically. So the hips, ratio, the face and how the face is structured, and obviously the most important part of it, which is obviously the back, you know what I mean, the bunda, right? Obviously the ass, right? It's one of the most important criteria that we use to determine a woman's attractiveness, but also a woman with fuller lips. Right? And guess who ticks all those boxes on average? You've guessed it, black women tick all the fucking boxes. So technically, based on what men want, our preferences for when it comes to women should not be diametrically opposed to the standard of beauty, because what we prefer should be the standard of beauty, except that our preferences is not aligned with the European standard of attractiveness. Why? Because black women tick all the boxes. So because black women tick all the boxes, it's almost like they move the goalpost, right? And to them, what the standard of attractiveness is a white woman, very skinny, or you know what I mean? Nobody cares, right? But a lot of black men, if we're essentially honest to ourselves, we prefer, whether black men would come out on social media and talk about how much they hate black women, blah, 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 the list just goes on. It doesn't still change the fact that we prefer the physiological aesthetic of a black woman. That's what we prefer. That's what we've grown up seeing. People around us, the women around us, that's just what we're attracted to. It's the most attractive aesthetic physically, right? So that's what we prefer as men, but also when it comes to personality. Come on, can you tell me anyone out there with a better personality than a black woman? And I think it's important because being black is a race. So from a racial perspective, obviously black people, generally black women have a better personality. But also when we're dividing the black race based on ethnic groups, I'd say black American women have the best personality. So they're top tier. And then other groups of women like black British women, black African women, obviously are on the list as well. But when it comes to personality, black women tick all the boxes, to be honest. But when it comes to who's a better marriage suit for a wife, who's a wifey material, again, it's the black queen. You might see some flawed statistics or biased statistics that are obviously inaccurate, like it's just not true, it's just intended to make black people look bad, which might say, oh, the divorce rates for black women is high, blah, 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 right? There are statistics that show that black women actually, although some of the least likely to get married, but when they do get married, in some cases, they tend to be some of the longest lasting partners, especially when they couple up with white men. Though, to be honest, as a black guy, I wouldn't prefer to see that, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I think like what's happening is that there's a switch in paradigm. So back in the day, it's obviously the bias against them. Oh, they're not good. But today, you're seeing more and more, not just black men gravitating towards black women based on their attractiveness, but there's also other races of men. Like this, all the time I open my social media, there's never been a time I've opened my social media, right, especially TikTok, where I don't encounter a video, interracial couple, mostly a black woman and a white guy, to be honest. Because I think what's happening is that a lot of people are starting to see the beauty and the attractiveness of black women. I've seen this ages ago. Obviously, I've seen this ages ago because I've grown up predominantly around black people. Most of the women around me are black. All the women I've dated have all been black. So I've seen the beauty in black women ages ago. It's just that most black men couldn't see it when it mattered. So now these races are seeing it. And guess what? A lot of them are going for black women. And the statistics, though, ridiculous, honestly. I'm starting to get worried now as a black guy, to be honest. I'm looking at all these statistics. I'm like, bro, these men are taking out black women away from us, to be honest. I'm starting to panic, mate. I'm starting to worry now, honestly. I'm starting to panic, mate. But honestly, when it comes to physical looks, also when it comes to aesthetic, personality, bro, and the way a black woman is going to throw that back for you, nigga, I swear to God, man. Honestly, like, it's crazy, bro. Right, there's a spice behind it that no other woman globally can replicate the way a black woman's gonna throw that ass back. Honestly, it's fucking crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. So honestly, I'm saying that if you're a black man and you're not with a black woman, you're the one missing out. Honestly, you're the one missing out. By the way, bear with me, right? It's a little bit too hot around here, right? Because obviously, like, it's summer in England now, so it's a piece of shit this country is, to be honest. Anyways, yeah. But, like, what I notice, again, is that I've never been in an interracial relationship, but what I notice with a lot of black men who are in interracial relationships are that it always feels like something is missing. Yeah, you're with a white woman, right, whatever, it's going good. But it always feels like there is a missing piece. This is why, for example, when I'm out with my girlfriend who's black, and I see an interracial couple, the guy is always looking at us, right? It's almost like he's looking at me and my girlfriend, thinking to himself, shit, he wished he also had a black queen for himself as well, even though he's with a white woman. And again, just like I've mentioned, statistically, because black women are more likely to be more attractive. Like, if you're a black guy right now, honestly, if you're a black, you could literally cop yourself the best looking black chick out there, right? What are you waiting for? Why are you with a Becky, bro? I don't want to be disrespectful, but why are you with a Becky, bro? You need to get yourself a black queen right there, nigga. What's up? Do you know what I mean? So, yes, I feel like this video is long overdue, to be honest. And the lack of appreciation that we show to our black women sometimes is ridiculous, honestly, as black men. But I have always seen the potential in black women. So what I've mentioned, like, initially, is that there will be at some point a switch in paradigm or dynamics when it comes to the the standard of beauty. And there will be a point where the black women are going to be at the top of that standard of beauty in European societies and America. It might take time, but there's going to be a day, honestly. And once that day comes around, mate, I've already got like 4 black women as my white girlfriend already. So I'm all sorted, to be honest, like, before it's too late. But for most black men who are not pursuing black women, well, there's going to be a time where you would regret it, to be honest, because they will be hierarchically at the top of that beauty standard, to be honest. And then now you would want them, but it's too late, because a lot of them, because now they understand and they see their value, right? And then they look at your dumb ass, right? Like, thinking, well, I'm going for this stupid ass nigga. So, you know what I mean? But, so you better get yourself a black queen before all these white people start taking them away from you. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I obviously appreciate you lot watching this video, to be honest. Really do, honestly. I feel like this video has been long overdue, to be honest, right? I really appreciate it. And what I even appreciate more than this is it's obviously with my last video, the support that you lot have showed on the previous video was absolutely fantastic, honestly. Tremendous, honestly. So yeah, weird, funny enough, that video was actually made like 2 years ago, but I'm starting to see that video get more views in like these recent months than it did when I initially made the video itself. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate the support, to be honest. Make sure to like this video as well. And what's even more important, critically, is just leave your comments down below, to be honest. And just answer the question, are black women conventionally the most attractive groups of women out there, right? I would say yes. I would say my queens are the most attractive groups of women out there. And obviously subscribe as well to the channel to get obviously like the latest videos as well, peace.